Get your new foot controller, take the cover off, get a hold of your grommet again, stick your wires through the hole, and you're ready to go. Pull your screws out, and make sure you get your flat washer and your lock washer on there. The flat washer is to hold it down because you have a bigger hole on it, and the lock washer is to keep it tight from going up and down so it doesn't loosen up on you. Just snug them up. You don't want them to get too tight. If you get them too tight, you can strip off that threads that are in the middle of that metal plate. That's why you keep your washers on there. Snug them up good, but not too tight, just like that. And grab your foot cover, put it back on there, make sure your other piece goes in, and you're done and ready to go. You got your new foot controller, and you want to take the bottom off. You can see there's two little ears here. You have to turn it over, find this where there's a little bump here, stick your screwdriver in there, and this kind of hinges up. See the little tabs? Those go in these here. So when you put it back together, you have to make sure you line those up in there, and you just push this locking button in there. See how that is? Make sure it's in there so you don't have no exposure to the electricity. My cord is in good shape. My foot controller does not work anymore. So what I want to do is I can just cut the wire off there, because some of them, they're locked in to where you can't open up the bottom and reuse them. So grab yourself a little knife, and you have to cut your wire open. Do this at your own discretion. We're not responsible for something you do wrong. And you can see how it peels that covering off. Get about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So you have two pieces, and then you need to find yourself a little stripping pliers. Stick your wire in there, take off about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, and roll those ends so that the wire, see the difference? So that the wire is tight. So when you put your new wire ends on, you're not going to have that problem. Get yourself some little ends like these here, but make sure that your screws you have will go through there. So here we got our two of them. So what we want to do, make sure they're spun good. Stick your wire through, just through it, so it's through the end of there. And then you take your crimper and you crimp that wire so it's good and tight in there, so it cannot come off. Take the other one, do the same thing. So your copper wire sticks through the end. Take your crimper and crimp it good and tight so they will not come off for you. Then what you do is take this grommet. There's two little spots that are grooved in here and here. You take your grommet and you shove it in like that, but you need to make sure that your wire is in it. So when you put your wire in, take that little top piece, find those two little grooves, and shove it in there. Now take your pliers, grab a hold of that and squeeze it in there good, because what you want to do is shove it into your foot controller so that your wire will not come out once you put it together. So it's good and tight here. We did take one screw out before, so we're going to take the screw again. Make sure you got all your washers that come with it. Now it doesn't matter which one goes to the right or to the left. All that does is closes a circuit, because when you push your foot feet down, or your foot pedal down, It just puts electricity to your sewing machine. So it doesn't matter if you have one that goes to the right or to the left, or if you mess them up. See how nice and neat that is in there? Nothing's touching, no wires are touching no wires. So you're ready to go. Put your cover on. You have these two holes, the two pieces that are pushed out here. Slide them in there. Push your bottom plate on so it comes out here, and you're ready to go.